right, good morning. My name is Ifeyemi Andrew, and now we take a look at some of the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper. That's where we begin. And on the Vanguard, you would find some of these interesting ones, starting with what's coming from Labour. Telecoms, NLC, TUC, CNG, others reject 50% tariff hike. Federal government releases 22 billion naira for payment of accrued pension. Real Madrid break €1 billion revenue barrier to top money league. Those are for fans of Real Madrid, and if you watched the Champions League yesterday, you also know that they did amazingly well. I think Vini scored his 100 goals for the club. And also Man City threw away two-goal lead. Bandits influx Southwest governors not collaborating with us on security. Gani Adams, OPC, Hunters. All of those you would find in the Vanguard newspaper. Still on the Vanguard. Second coming of Trump, lessons for Nigeria. A lot of people have been so heavy on this, and I don't think we should be. I don't think it's something that should even bother us, because as a president of his country, he's going to do what is good for his country. That's what we should be doing. If we don't do it, we can't blame anybody else. And I think amongst the executive orders he signed, about almost 46 of them on his first 24 hours in office, one of them stopped the citizenship thing. It was a citizen order on citizenship and then citizenship by birth. So, normally you have many Nigerians who tell us that they are going abroad is because of the medical facilities, but technically they understand that if you give birth to your child in that country, it becomes a citizen of that country. Well, that's been evaporated by the executive order, except something else comes along the line, amongst many other things that he signed. All of these are headlines from the Vanguard. Let's see if we can take a few more on the Punch newspaper. And on the Punch, this one says Kanu, Niger Republic Rail Project. Communities tackle federal government over compensations for 3,252 owners. Federal government seeks Africa's inclusion in UN Security Council. This one says Nigeria tagged world capital of skin bleaching. Minister laments growing trend. I haven't seen the report, but I will hardly disagree with that data, because almost everybody they call it skincare. In the name of skincare, organic. In the name of organic skincare, people are doing everything to look lighter, fairer. I don't know. Enugu community celebrates Ekoremadu's wife return from UK jail. I saw the pictures of this on social media yesterday. Tariff hike. NLC asks subscribers to prepare for telecoms boycott. So if we boycott the telecoms, how do we make calls? Or how do we use data? Because people will need to use their apps and all of that. So Abure eyes Labour Party crisis resolution before 2027. All of these ones you would find on the Punch newspaper. Also, we are live on Facebook. I keep saying this until as many of you join the conversation on Facebook. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Somebody says, in this part of the world, people are not very into social media, streaming, and all of that. And I told them that's not true. A lot of people are. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to make me look like I'm lying. So on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, that's the handle. You can join us streaming live, be a part of the conversation, make your comments, keep them short. Don't forget to click on the share button as well. Patrick Amadi says, good morning. Let me take Umar from Owerri. This government has succeeded in mortgaging the future of our children and those in the womb of time through excessive borrowing with absolutely nothing to show for it. Are we borrowing for consumption or production? Dr. Umar, I'm sure you have the answer to that. Patrick Amadi says, Umar for deserve more of these congratulations. Obioma Nobusogoni people are just being cunning and subtle in nature. They are enjoying from others but don't want us to enjoy from them. while they are giving conditions for their own. Okay. That's what you're saying? Yeah, for their own. And when it will be released. Thank God Ability says the resumption of oil exploration in Ogoni land will boost the... I didn't see that. I think Wike is indirectly seeking for a safe landing by forcing himself with that invitation to the meeting between the president and the people of Ogoni, ably led by the governor. Chief Etibeku, I think Wike is indirectly seeking for... Okay. By the governor, please, they should allow all pending matters to be legally concluded. Clever Sonny says, before oil resumption in the Ogoni land, the federal government and the oil company should respect the Ogoni Bill of Rights. That is my stand. Who's next? Kinsley on Facebook says he's watching from Enugu community celebrate Ike Ekwemadu's wife return. Welcome development. He's watching from Echie. All right, Kinsley, thank you. I see you. Don't also forget, tell us where you're watching from. Very important. Don't take sides in Rivers PDP crisis. PRO Fubarakam tells police Nigerian politics is all about interest. He's also watching from Echie, skillful PRO. I have a lot of people watching from Echie, I have to say. Promise is on the line. The numbers to call are 0817 923 0007. 0817-923-0002. Let's go to Gokana. Start with Promise. Good morning to you, my friend.
Yes, good morning. Yeah, in the news, stakeholders react to resumption of oil in the mainland. You know, to me, at my age now, I knew when the issue of oil exploration stopped in the Ogoni land. I know the challenges that we had at that time, and I know the contention. And today, I've grown into a full-grown man, and I can tell you that everywhere, meaning Ogoni man, wants oil resumption. You know, apart from the fact that it will create job opportunity for our people, you also agree with me that the economy of our people, you know, is down. And I'm coming from a community where we have more than 11 oil wells. Now, why this exploration is not going on? The government of the day has taken this oil indirectly. And those who are not aware of it don't understand that we are the ones losing. So, first, let the negotiation of this process start. Everybody cannot be on the table for the negotiation. And that is where this agitation is coming from. Then negotiate at that level. They will come down to the grassroots. Host communities will have a forum where they will discuss. A lot of persons who are making that decision don't even have a single barrel of oil in their village. But they are making so much noise that they must be consulted.
All right. Thank you, Promise. I think that's too much we can take. We have to move on to other callers. Ida from Nkoro, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
All right.
Yes, about the local government chairman, 100 days in office. Yes, I want to commend my local government chairman. He had a simple vision. My brother is for that person seriously now. Have a constant life. I want to commend him. He's doing well. Project for the satellite community. Positive payment for students. He had a trying. Also come to Falga where I do my business. I say, this particular young man, I got sent to Falga. He's also doing well. I want to commend them. And the Nigerians who are in America, please come to Nigeria so that we will suffer together. But Trump want to make America a very good place. So Tinubu should learn from Trump. Thank you very much. God bless you.
JJ and Rumigbo, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
All right, good morning, JJ.
I think I have a simple solution for the Ogoni oil exploration matter. That solution was provided by Yadla some times ago. So rest in peace. Let's adopt the Indorama model, where the operator will have 60%, community will have their own percentage, state will have, and everybody will carry it along in the scheme of things, and you see things flowing like a water flowing from the stream. Then the professor that talked about the 100 days in office that is bogus, I think all of us should be blamed for that. Especially the media people, the NUG and all those put together. They can create a desk to put all these things together. That be like a one-stop shop. You want to see what Shijoke Uwa of Obiakpo has done in 100 days, go to the NUG office and check the desk you get everything. You want to see what Ikwere is doing, in spite of the fact that the police is still blocking their secretariat. Go there, you see everything together. So they can do this and get one stop for everything. The Enugu community celebrating Ikwere-Madu's wife return. Well, it also happened in my state, your own state to Delta State, where a man that stole Delta State blind was celebrated, and somebody was caught on tape saying that this is the Jesus of our time. You feel me, Andrew? If Pascal not shame, a person will carry a man, make it shame at the end of the day. But resident doctors going on strike in Abuja, I don't think it's a welcome development, because in another paper, I saw where the minister was commending the president for giving 300 billion. So what do we do with the money? Is it reflecting on the people?
All right, JJ, thank you. Clifford in Aouda, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. Yes, yes, when we are appearing with the Ogoni people, is he from Ogoni? What is he doing there with them in the meeting? That is my take this morning. Thank you.
All right. Mufasa from NTA Road, good morning.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. Good morning. Yeah, my position this morning, firstly, is on the statement of the resource person on achievements of local government chairman within 100 days in office. And I think it was Professor C who said that most of the claims they are making, they are bogus claims, unverifiable, and they should be properly supervised. Well, as much as I know that some of these things could be, based on speculations, but then again, I know that the set of local government chairmen that we have are doing quite well. And I think the people that should be in the best position to supervise and assess and, of course, testify what they are doing are the people who reside within the local government council. I'm aware that in Kana local government, for instance, the local government chairman, the Honorable Martin, who has actually been doing well for his people, provision of transformers, building of schools, that is a good one because that has direct bearing on the people. And a caller before JJ talked about FAGA, and these are people that when you go there, you don't need to go and look for what they are doing because they say what you have in your hands, you don't need a mirror to look at it. So for me, I think their concerns are valid, but then again, let us also visit those local governments and also assess for ourselves what they are doing. They are there, you see them. And lastly, the adjournment of the House of Assembly case, taken to court by the Speaker, Victor Okojumbo, and has been adjourned. I want to appeal that some of these legal marathons should be, properly addressed so that now that INEC is preparing for by-elections, they can equally include Rivers State in their schedule. People who are to be represented by some of these persons who have become, and are no longer there. They need to get those seats filled.
All right,
so that
Mufasa.
Those people living in those places could also have that representation in the State of Assembly.
All right, let's go to Bugumba now. George, good morning.
Yes, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. You see, on the Trump issue, just like you said, I think he has stated that these are plans put out before his governance in for his people. He keep hinging the fact that America first. I think this should tell other world settlers who migrated to those places to know that it's not business as usual. I think the court is also there to address most of these things because even the migrants themselves has also invested into the American economy for so many years back. But I think it is the court that will look at most of those laws that you have signed and see whether some can be reversed. And I also want to equally say that the performances of the local government chairman, I think this time around that billions is given to them, see their performances. So like I told you last time, the media houses also should call them and make sure they come to give account. But most of all, we can go around and see for ourselves that The performances
All right, George.
are there reflecting and
Thank you very much. Let's go to Rumo Kucha now.
Thank
Chima, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Ishemi.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, the idea of this oil restoration in Ogoniland, I have always suspected that it's going to be like this. The governor, for anything, the governor of Rivers State that led them is a man that I have never really trusted his word. Notice about the thought of the second time he had appeared before the president. After he agreed everything, he came back to Port Harcourt and everything was all twisted. So I don't believe it's going to work out. But if it works out, God will help us. Then the idea of the Federal High Court and the matter of legitimacy about the Assembly. I believe all these matters have been as one in Supreme Court. Or are these people taking this matter to court? Are they trying to cause trouble or to divert the attention of people? But even as in that, if Oko Jumbo, they are taking the matter to court for legitimacy, then why are they now exempting them from the assembly? Why is the governor not accepting them? Because if that is the case, no court of competent jurisdiction has declared that it is vacant. Now, for the people in America and the church in America, something, it will remember in those days when our people were struggling for independence, they were struggling to come back. And now we have been given independence. Now we are not struggling to go back to America again. Is it neo-colonization or is it self-colonization that we are doing? To me, Donald Trump should do what he wants to do in his country and do it well. Because the man that we're behaving in Nigeria is bad.
In Bori, Leighton Barry, good morning.
Good morning, Ifemi Andrew.
Good morning to you.
Yes. Let me speak on the reaction that fails the oil resumption in Ogoni after the visit to the president. Ifemi Andrew, I want to put something for people to understand here. Visiting the president is not a conclusion that oil resumption will commence in Ogoni land. I wish to put this to everyone. If it is to say what Ogoni people want, we have a template for what we want from the federal government, which is the Bill of Rights. And that discussion alone is for MOSOP. That is how it was designed. The problem we are having, why you see that sometimes some people will always want to make mockery to visit to the president, is because most times when visits are made to the president, the politicians dominate it. They do not allow the original people designed to make this discussion to surface. Can you watch the pictures circulated while the visit was on, while they snapped a picture with the president? You will see that the MOSOP president, Engineer Olu Adawa Ogosu, is behind. In fact, people hardly see that a MOSOP leader joined them in that street. And so that has made the Ogoni people to be reacting negatively.
Is it his position in the picture or what contributions he made in the meeting that matters?
So it is the MOSOP that is responsible for handling anything that has to do with oil resumption or Ogoni matters.
All right, Leighton Barry, thank you. I think it is for Ogoni people to look within themselves. I said this yesterday. If this situation could be replicated across the Niger Delta, because everybody in the Niger Delta, as long as oil is being drilled from your area, whatever it is that Ogonis are experiencing, you are experiencing it as well in different degrees. So if everybody goes that path, we are done. So it really is up to the Ogoni people to sit down, be honest with themselves, have a conversation. The relevant stakeholders sit down. If people come out now and say that, there's division in the Ogoni, some people would argue and say, no, it's not like that. But then what you are saying now, Leighton Barry, is hinting towards, and before you know, that's how it starts. And then this person would not agree. This person would want. Some people are not even there for the interest of the Ogoni people, though. Some people are just there to see how they can use that opportunity to make a way for themselves and, and so on and so forth. Bright in Remo Dumaya, good morning. We lost a call from Bright. Akanto, we already spoke with you before. I don't know why you're calling back. Unfortunately, we don't have all the time. We have to take some more messages, and this time we go to the messages on WhatsApp. There's still a lot more on Facebook. This person is watching from Osun State. Federal government's decision to commence crude oil exploration in Ogoni land is a welcome development. Golden says Wike shouldn't come to Ogoni land for any oil business, so he should focus on Ikwe oil, not Ogoni oil. Ogoni people should be very careful. Oh, Erasmus says, what a shame celebrating wickedness. God liberate Nigerians from this gross ignorance. Chijoke Inobiakpo has done practically nothing. Sunday Aswa. The resumption of oil exploration in Ogoni land will boost revenue for the state and it will create more employment for the youth. Thank God ability. That one is from you. Still plenty more. Patrick Amadi says, oil production to resume in Ogoni land is a good one. Please, federal government, ensure you meet all demands of Ogoni people for peace sake. Jimo Braye Karibor says the release of Ekwemado's wife is good and a great lesson for political leadership that failed to take a cue how judicial system works in the United Kingdom. Not here where justice system is for the highest bidder and for selfish gains. It's highly regrettable. Good morning. I'm using this opportunity to wish our chairman come and pay for announcements. Alex Sukari says, I want to align somewhat with the professor who says the most of the achievements of council chairmen are bogus. Imagine chairmen choosing what they want to give to the people on whose patrimony they sit on. We'll go for a commercial.
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Glory Range.